Hello, and welcome to your next lesson on the HLOOKUP function. The HLOOKUP function is very similar to the VLOOKUP. The VLOOKUP references columns, whereas the HLOOKUP references rows in the formula. Following is an example of the HLOOKUP formula. Let's break it down into manageable pieces. Number 1 is HLOOKUP and the opening of our formula. Number 2 is B2 and our identifier. Number 3 is our array, with the identifier always being the first cell, which is B2 in this case. Number 4 references row 5. This tells Excel to go to row 5 and return the value related to our identifier. And number 5 tells Excel that we would like an exact match returned. Okay, so now that we've had an opportunity to look at our formula, let's apply it to the lesson to get some hands-on clarity. Okay, so here we are on our spreadsheet, and before we get started, I would like to tell you a little bit about our lesson. Today, we're going to use the HLOOKUP function to return an exact match, and we'll also use the HLOOKUP function to return a close match. So let's begin by selecting cell B13. We're going to return the sales rep for sales ID 1002. So let's go ahead and type equal in HLOOKUP. Let's place an opening parenthesis. Now let's go ahead and select cell B12, which is our identifier. Let's place a comma. Now let's go ahead and select our array. Now array will begin with the first cell being your identifier. So let's go ahead and select cell B2 to K6. Now let's place another comma. Now when we did the VLOOKUP exercise, we counted based on columns. Here we're going to make our count based on rows. So the rep ID will be row 1, sales rep will be row 2, profit will be row 3, sales channel will be row 4, and state will be row 5. So the sales rep is on row 2, so we're going to go ahead and place a 2. Let's place another comma. We're going to go ahead and type false because we would like to return an exact match. Let's go ahead and close the parenthesis and click enter, and it should return Bobby. Okay. Next, we'll get the profit and the state for rep ID 1002. So let's go ahead and select cell B14 and type equal and type HLOOKUP. Let's place an opening parenthesis. Again, let's select our identifier, which is in cell B12. Let's place a comma. Again, let's select our array. We'll place another comma. Now the profit is in row 3, so we're going to go ahead and place a 3. Okay, let's go ahead and place another comma. And let's go ahead and type false. Let's place a closing parenthesis and click enter. Okay, and as you can see, it returned the profit for rep ID 1002. Let's do the same for the state. Okay, let's go ahead and select cell B15 and type equal in HLOOKUP. Let's place an opening parenthesis. Let's select our identifier, which is in cell B12. Let's place a comma and go ahead and select our array. Okay, let's go ahead and place another comma. Now state is in row 5. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place a 5. Let's place a comma and type false. Let's place a closing parenthesis and select enter, and we should get Michigan. Okay, and as you can see, the information reflected is correct for ID 1002. So now that we have laid our formulas, let's go ahead and change the order ID up. Let's type 1006 and see if we get Jane's information. Okay, and as you can see, it now reflects Jane in the state of Florida. Let's do Sue 1012. Okay, we have Sue from North Carolina. Let's do Anita 1020. And now your information reflects Anita's profile. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move into our next exercise. So the next exercise will return the profile based on the closest match without going over. So let's begin by placing our mouse inside of cell E13. Okay, and the only difference here is you're going to type true instead of false, notifying Excel that you will accept the close match. So let's go ahead and type equal and HLOOKUP. Let's place an opening parenthesis and let's select our order ID. For this row, it's going to be E12. Let's place a comma and let's go ahead and select our array. Let's place another comma. Now we're looking for the sales rep, which is in row 2. So let's place a 2. Let's place another comma, and this time we're going to simply select true. Let's place a closing parenthesis. Now because we have 1003 select, it should return Bobby's information because again it will return the closest without going over. Let's go ahead and click enter. Okay, and as you can see, it does reflect Bobby. Now I should also mention, when you are using the true value, you want to make sure that your ID is in ascending order. You do not have to be in ascending order for the VLookup and the HLookup unless you're using the true value. Okay, so moving on, let's do the same for profit. Let's type equal in HLookup and an opening parenthesis. Again, let's select our identifier in E12 and place a comma. Let's select our array and place another comma. Profit is on row 3. Let's place a 3. Place another comma. And again, let's say true. And close it out with the closing parenthesis. And say enter. Okay, and as you can see, Bobby's profit is reflected. Let's do the same for the state. Let's say equal in HLookup. Let's place an opening parenthesis and select our identifier. Let's place a comma and go ahead and select our array. Okay, so now let's go ahead and place a comma. Now the state is in row 5. Let's type 5. Let's place another comma and go ahead and type true and place a closing parenthesis. And as you can see, it reflects Bobby's information although the ID is wrong. Let's type 1009 and see if our information reflects Sue, since that would be the closest match. Okay, and as you can see, we have Sue from California. Let's go ahead and type 1017 and see if we get Frank. Okay, so as you can see, our feature appears to be functioning correctly for the exact match as well as the closest match. And with that being said, I'm going to wrap up the lesson. I hope you found this information helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Congratulations on completing another video and on your commitment to learning this program. I hope that you are getting the most out of our level up lessons, and I will look forward to seeing you on the next video.